guys, so in this video it's just me outside, and I thought I'd do a video on cutting some dovetails in the horizontal plane. There's no vices used in this, there's no clamps. That's all I'm using is one of these rubber mats. You get these from pound shops, dollar shops, wherever you're from in the world. And I'm using a few hand tools, and this is what I've cut. So these are actually 80 degrees, an 80-degree joints, dovetail joints. This is for a chair I'm doing, so this is how I've done it.
Okay, so here I'm just marking out for the dovetail now. I'm doing this just pretty much how everyone would start off doing it. I just used the other piece to get the thickness for the dovetail joints. Now I'm just using a little knife. I'm going to do a knife line to create a knife wall for the shoulders, so the shoulders are nice and crisp. Obviously you can't beat a knife wall, for the accuracy, so if you're not doing this already, I would recommend that you start doing this. I'm just continuing the knife line around. Now this is a bevel, and this is set to 80 degrees because I want an 80-degree joint. Normally you would just use a square, but obviously I've just said I wanted an 80-degree joint. Here I'm just using my fingers just to space out for the dovetails. There's not a lot of people that do this, but you can actually get pretty accurate results with a little bit of practice. I did talk about this on my podcast. If you haven't checked my podcast out, go check it out. Unplugged Woodworking. It's available on most good podcast platforms. Now I'm just marking out for the angles of the dovetails, which in this particular case is 80 degrees. I never usually change my angles. I'm quite happy with the 80 degrees. It's a good angle, so I normally leave it as is. Then I finish squaring down for the dovetails to be cut. So here I'm using a dedicated dovetail saw, and this is a Japanese style saw. So when I'm cutting, if you look, I kind of rock between the two lines, so I get the lines on both planes, and once I'm happy with my lines on the both planes, and then I start going more towards the ground, and I like to use gravity to help with the alignments. I find that I can get really good alignments just with the body mechanics of the saw. So this is what I like to do. It's not very often I use Western saws anymore. This is just my preference at the moment. So now I remove the shoulders. I just create a knife wall or valley, if you like, for the saw to sit in. I remove the two shoulders, and then I finish up with a chisel. Now I'm ready to remove the waste of the centre piece. So same again, I just create a knife valley for the chisel to sit in. I do this on both sides. I start on the inside first and I remove some material away, and then I turn the piece over and continue all the rest of the way from the outside of the piece. Now I just pare down the shoulders to get the shoulders nice and straight. If I need to remove any humps at this point, which I normally do, you could also undercut if you chose to, but this is just the way I do it. Yeah, I'm just sharpening my pencil to make it nice and sharp, but to also make it nice and slim down the bottom. Now this is just to get you into the corners of the dovetail when you're marking out, and this is a very useful tip for anyone that hasn't used it before. So once that's done, I just start marking out. Make sure you're right in the corner with this, because if you're not right in the corner with your pencils, when you come to cut it's not going to be a tight fit. And then I just square my lines down. And it's just the same process as I mentioned before. I kind of just rock the saw backwards and forwards on the both planes till I'm happy with my lines, so I'm tracking correctly. Now I will admit this isn't my favourite way to cut the pins because of the angles. I kind of use gravity to aid me squareness, because obviously you're cutting the pins and the pins are at 80 degrees, not 90 degrees. So this is not my favourite part of doing it this way, but it is obviously very doable. But I suppose it's just what you're used to, and this for me is a little bit awkward. Same again, just marked out, used a knife line for my chisel, and just started chopping the waste out exactly the same way as I did with the tail portion. and we're just following suit again, and this is just paring down the shoulders, take away these humps and steps. Here I'm just removing the inside of the corners of the tail portion. This is just to help the pin portion going a little bit easier. I don't actually go all the way at the very tip, because if you go all the way at the tip you're actually going to see it's on the edge of the joint, so be wary when you do this. And there we have it, guys, the dovetail joint without any vices or clamps. If you like what you've seen, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to check out my podcasts, my Instagram, my Facebook. Just search for Unplugged Woodworking. Thanks for watching, guys. Until the next time.